Hi folks, and welcome into what is officially part number 1 of our City-born challenge with Empoli on Football Manager 24. If you want to get a premise of what this save is all about, you need to go and watch episode 0. I'm going to put it in the card. Was it somewhere up here, somewhere there? It's got to be somewhere on this screen. So go and watch that, then come back and watch this video. So in this one, we're going to be starting off by going to the point for the first game. The first game we've got, we're not going to play the friendlies. It's going to be the Coppa Italia round 1. We're going to try and bring in some of those players that are born in the city of Empoli, which is the whole point of this challenge. We put them all on the short list. Only one of them is any good, but whether we get him is a different story. I don't think he's as good as the other goalkeepers we've got at the club, but we shall see. I mean, we're scouting him. We're scouting all the players that are in, well, as I said, born in Empoli. See if we can bring them to the club. And as I said in the first video, we're not going to change the squad. We're going to go with what we got at the moment and then move away from these players as and when they leave the club. Contracts wise, we've got... That's gone wrong. I need it to go to there. Contract wise and players on loan with us, 14 players. So we got quite a few players that are going to be with us for next season and the season onwards, assuming we're still at the club, that is. I mean, we could get sacked, but that's what we are going with. This is the tactic. This was dictated as well. You'll find that in the first video. It is a 3-3-3-1. 3 central defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 attacking midfielders, and a striker. So, what is priorities then? I mean, if we look at the squad plan, try and bring players in, we need a right midfielder. Defensive midfielder is what we definitely need there. Everyone else looks pretty strong. So if we go back to the scouting screen and then go to our shortlist and go by positions, there's nobody. Oh, there's one. There's one guy that can play there, but he's more of an inverted wing back than anything else. And he's accomplished playing there, but he's not great. Not great at all. He's playing in Serie C for Arezzo. This could be a little bit problematic for us. I mean, if we look at the attacking midfielders, we could probably train some of these to play down there as well. But again, none of them are any good. This guy's out on loan, but isn't good. Not good at all. This might prove a little bit problematic. We might need to look at training players who can play right wing back and put them up there. But then again, these players aren't that great either, value wise. Transfer value, we want like the highest. The best one on there is the goalkeeper, and then it is this guy here. So maybe this is where we need to spend our money, and I mean, once the scout reports come in, and go from there. But it's gonna be a challenge. I'm gonna get into it a little bit. I'm gonna try and find the right players to join us and go from there. So it is our first competitive game in charge of Empoli. If we have a look at how things have gone with the friendlies, the only game we lost was against Sporting. They beat us 4-1, which is to be expected. They are a better team than what we are, but I'm quite happy with how things have gone so far. Transfers in then. I've only brought the one guy in, and he's not that great, and we paid over £500,000 for him. 17-year-old striker from Bologna. Serie C standard striker, and he's the 17th best striker at the club at the moment. So yeah, not too great, but at least he comes from Empoli. That's the main thing. We did try to sign a couple of other players that are on our scouted list. We tried to get this guy from Juve, but because of his injury, it's out for 7 to 8 months. He's gonna have to wait till the summer. Everyone else isn't that great. We got this guy joining us, though. He's going to be joining us on the 1st of July next year. And we tried to sign a few more players, but they don't want to come to us. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm going to put an offer in for this player here. I'm going to go for $1 million, but I'm also going to say come to us at the end of the season. They're happy with that. So at least then we've got a goalkeeper that's from Empoli, which is the main thing. A lot of these players aren't that great. We try to get this guy because he's got good He's got goodish potential, but because he's only just signed for that club, doesn't want to join us. There was another one as well that I put a bid in for. I think it was this guy here. Again, didn't want to join us because only just signed for that club there. He's 16. I mean, I suppose we could go in for him. Offer him a contract. He's not great, but he's from Empoli, which is the whole idea of the save. We have sold one player to... It was... We sold two players, actually. Jacopo Fazzini's gone to PSG for 4 million. Could rise to 5 million, but we've got him on loan for the season, so that's good. And then Andrea Sodero, he's gone out to Frosinone. He went for 200k, so that's money in the bank for us, and players that aren't from Empoli out of the club. So let's jump into our first game then, using this tactic just to see how well it sits with us. This is the team we're going with. Don't get too used to it because it is obviously going to change as the course of time goes on. But we got Berisha in goal, a back three of Belladinelli, Gotchaledchisi, and Waluksevic. I can't even say these names, I'm going to butcher them. Malaya, Fazzini, and Cancellaria were in the midfield. Kambaji, Kovalenko, and Shapendi supporting Yang up front. I do apologise if I butchered any of those names. I need to go back and do a few things in the tactic side of it. Penalties, we need to just optimise this here. And then who's missing from it? So Nyang can go. Marin's there. Dastro's there. Capute's there. So you can go. Berisha's apparently a good penalty taker for a goalkeeper, so we'll stick him on there. You there. You is number 8. That's fine there. Captains. Capucho is our captain, so then we're going to make Tonali our vice captain, and then we'll just click that there for that. So I'm happy with that. Set pieces, I've let the set piece coach do that, so we haven't got to worry too much about that. Let's just get into it. That's the team. Let's get out there. Let's go and do some Napoli stuff. 5 players need numbers, and I don't know how good any of these players are, so I'm just going to auto it. Get some funny numbers on some players. If they're first teamers, they're first teamers. They got some funny numbers, but there we go. We are into our first game in charge of Napoli. We should at Empoli. We should get through this quite quickly. I do need to adjust my camera, so I don't like director. I tried sideline, didn't really like it, so I'm going to go with TV like we normally do. Camera zoomed right in, height there. So that's what I normally do with all of them. This goes on to key highlights. Move that bar to there, that bar to there. Turn the replays off because I don't really want to see them. And we are going. We are cooking on gas. Fazzini's with the ball. This is going to end quite quickly because it is the first highlight of the game. Normally when you've got it on the extended highlights, you get the first highlight of the game as from the kickoff, and then it kicks into it there. We've got a free kick here, 8 minutes on the clock, whipping it around to that back post. We get our first goal. We'll call him Sebastian because I'm not going to butcher his name every time we play a game, but it's one of our centre backs, a centre back at the right hand side who has scored the first goal under my regime here, under my control. It's a good start. Absolutely brilliant start. It's what we want. It's what we need. Definitely what we need, because if we can survive in Italy, we can attract the players who want to come for us, especially if there's going to be like youth players that are in other teams that we can pick up. We're going to have to flood this team with a lot of players within the Empoli area. I mean, it might get to the point where it becomes impossible for us, so we need to move to like extend the area. I mean, I know Florence is quite close to Empoli, so we might look to players that are born in Florence to boost the squad up and make it a little bit more friendly towards us, because otherwise we're going to go down, and that's not what we want to do. In half time we are 1-0 up. We're capable of more. Let's go with that. I'm not going to make any substitutions just yet. There are players that aren't playing too great. Our striker's not playing great. Kambaji's not playing great either. Shapendi, the captain's looking tired and is playing poor, so we'll get to the hour mark. We'll make 3 substitutions. We are getting up to that point now, so let's pause it and make those substitutions. Shapendi's picked up an injury, that's why. He's playing right attacking midfield. Do we have anyone? We do. Cesari can come on and play there. Not the greatest, but I mean needs must at the end of the day. Striker then. Nibani. Nibayan. I don't know. He's coming on. And Kambaji's playing bad, is what I said, wasn't it? So we are going to bring on... We don't have anyone who can play there. We don't have anyone who can play left attacking midfield, so he's going to have to stay on. We'll make the change at the back then. No, we won't. I'm not going to make any more changes. Those will do. For now, those will do. I mean, we're trying to shoehorn players into positions that we might not necessarily have at the club because of the parameters of the save and what we need to do for the challenge. I mean, Kambaji's having a bad game, so he's going to have to come off, I think. 6.1. He's just not applying himself to it, and Mailer's had he's off injured as well, so we need a left midfielder to come on. Bastoni can come on, play there, and let's go with you coming on. You can sort of play out there. That'd do. I think. Don't want to rock the boat too much. Coming up to the end of the game. We've got another free kick here. Can we score from this one? Got a substitution to make there. We'll do that substitution. Bellardinelli's going to be taking this. Oh, it's a good save from the keeper. Very good save from the keeper. We do have a corner. I mean, from our first outing, it's been... We haven't had a lot to watch, have we? Like, highlight-wise. It's just been a lot of me talking over the numbers as they push through. But if we can pick up a win here, then that's good. We go into the second round of the Coppa Italia. I mean, I remember when I was in Napoli in FM23, it was, through half-star to 5-star. We had some fun with Napoli. We won absolutely everything. We just conceded. Or have we? We haven't. We haven't conceded. It's going to be ruled off for offside. Got away with one there. 5 minutes of time added on at the end of this game. Second half hasn't been that great. Other than the first 10 minutes where we got the goal, we've not really offered a lot, have we? And that's what we need to work on. But we have picked up a victory here, which is good. I want to say it's a bit of a let-off because we weren't good enough. And I'm going to moan at some players, especially you. I mean, you played bad. He seems anxious now. Well, it seems anxious you're not going to get any starts. You start playing good, you are going to be playing. We'll leave it there for this episode. That's that goalkeeper, I think we were going to sign, wasn't it? Yeah, for the end of the season. So let's look at his wage. He's going to be a backup. Let's get you down to that. Everything else I'm happy with. Yeah, he's going to agree. So we've got a goalkeeper for next year. Definitely. Shapendi's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Malay's out for 10 days to 3 weeks. Got some money. And that is it. We'll come back for the first two games of the new season. I mean, it couldn't start any harder, could it? Milan and Udinese. Lovely, lovely stuff. So if you want to see more of this City-born challenge with Empoli, why not considering giving the channel a subscribe and ringing that bell as well to stay notified whenever we drop anything on the channel. We play Zelda here, we play Football Manager here, might even branch out to some other stuff, but yeah, see how things go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Put a like on the video too.